Hi Lee. Well, this is what part of my computer screen looks like, and this is what I sound like in our little office, which is the front bedroom. Emptied it out and took up the carpet, so it's a little bit of an echo chamber. Sorry about that. Anyway, I thought I'd try sending you some information the way that Craig and I are sending information back and forth to each other. A few ideas to follow on the email I sent this morning. A little bit of old and a little bit of new. The old is a line that I've added right here. This is the existing building. This represents a pipe that's going through the concrete basement wall out to the well. So I have no idea where it goes exactly. It goes in roughly this direction, but this doesn't. This is not a measurement, and I don't know how many turns and twists it makes. But something that we need to consider as we talk about taking off this old foundation and adding, a new foundation underneath it. So I'm going to zip forward to a drawing that shows kind of what we're doing right now with the kitchen, which is going to be this drawing right here. Essentially, we've overlaid all of the new onto the old. So green lines represent the existing walls, and as you can see, we're bumping out the full floor plan or under the full roof line, and we're incorporating what used to be the mudroom into the kitchen. So instead of stepping down into the mudroom, this will all be one level, and I've had to add one tread on the steps for that reason. But anyway, the point of this really was just to show you where the plumbing is. The sink, the existing sink is by the window, so that's plumbed drain to a drain in the floor here. We'll have to get a drain from here, sorry, my mouse goes to the wall once in a while, through the old wall. That's the old basement wall there. So that'll have to come through. But, and so access to any of the utilities underneath this floor is going to be easier if we have a full height walking space. But, this is really where most of the action is. So even if we decide to dig full depth, here, would we want to dig full depth for the whole thing? And that's the reason I went down and measured where the well water line is, because as we dig through here, we're going to come to that line eventually. And the question, I guess, now is, in my mind, is do we want to just leave it buried in the dirt? And at very least, we're going to need to cut a hole in the concrete here to allow access into a crawl space. And then the question, what I don't know is how deep is a typical crawl space. So there are some kind of the minimum to the maximum. I would imagine the minimum is that we should, cut access to crawl space, or maybe a full depth over here to this area, so that we don't have to have a pipe cut through the pipe, or rerun the pipe or anything like that, and have this be crawl space and this be full depth. Anyway, a little bit more information for you. Oh, and you had asked about grades, and I wanted to show you that I've got a little bit of that information using a very rudimentary siding level. Let's see, how do I do this? Nope. Sorry about that. Let's go back to the drawing we were looking at. I'll just shrink it down a bit here so you can see the whole thing. This corner, this corner of the garage is, according to my measurement, 8 inches below grade. That is the floor, the interior of the house floor surface. if it continues all the way out to the corner of the garage, would be 8 inches below grade right there at the fence. And then, of course, they've cut down, so the driveway is actually, the floor would be above grade there. Grade falls off here, so that at the back corner of the garage where the floor is above grade again, and of course downhill quite a bit of, here they are, quite a bit above grade. Anyway, I've given that information to Craig as well. So there's just a little bit more information for you, and if this works, cool. If not, we'll I'll get the information to you another way. Okay, look forward to talking to you. Thanks. Bye.